This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, good morning. In today's session, we're going to discuss about the time travel future. In the time travel, we have time travel SQL extensions. Time travel SQL extensions. Predominantly, we'll use two things. One is at, another one is before. See, both are same, but similar. Some differences there between at and before. For example, now I updated the records today from the table. Okay, few minutes back, I updated the records in the table. If I want to uh, go to the previous point in the sense, before 5 minutes, what is the actual data I want to recover it? At that time, you can use at. You can use at. Next one is, guys, got it right? Today I am updating data in table. Like 5 minutes before I want to recover it, at the time you can use at. At the time you can use at. Next one is before. It's one of the SQL extensions, the time travel SQL extensions. Before means, for example, now I updated the record. I updated the record. I will give an example for you guys. Just will take a notepad for before I'm saying. It's one of the time travel SQL extensions. I'm going to use before. Before, for example, Saturday, 12 p.m., I updated 5 records in the table. How many records? 5 records in the table. Okay. For this, I have query ID. Whether you agree or not, every statement will have a
Very ID, sir.
query ID. Now, what I am doing is select star from this table. You can give table TBL. Okay, you can give any name, TBL underscore A, something name. This is my table name. Okay, now I'm going to use before, and then I'm going to pass the query ID. I'm going to pass the query ID. The query ID will be available in the history. Okay, you can go to the Snow site, and from the history you can get the query ID. Now, what happens, right? If I give the query ID, though I used SQL extensions before means before updating, I updated 5 records, Saturday 12 p.m. Okay, though I given a query ID, like before updating 5 records, what are the data available in the table? It will give. That is called before. Guys, I'll ask a question to you guys. Before means Saturday 12 p.m. I have updated 5 records. For this I have query ID. I'm using the before SQL extension and pass the query ID. What we'll do, right? We'll give the records. What are the records before updated? Before updated. Now you can able to see the difference, right? Between at and before. If I give at, what might be the results? Whether you will get updated records or previous records you will get at.
Sir, outdated record.
I'll get the updated records. Okay, like because I give the query ID, it will give the updated records for me. If I give before Anand, Sujita Priya, what records I'll get? Well, I'll get updated one, or it will be a without updated records. I use the before SQL extension. I pass a query ID. Now, what might be the results? Whether I will get the updated records or before updating
Before updating records, sir.
before updating what are records we have, right? That records will get. That's the use of before. while doing the updation, what are the cards we have, right? That's what it will give. That's the use of attend before. But it looks like similar. Some similar differences there. You have to understood. Okay. Now, see guys, just what you can do is you can pass timestamp instead of before, right? You can pass timestamp. Okay, if you know timestamp, you can pass timestamp. If you have offset value, right? Offset value is nothing but you have to give in terms of seconds. Okay, you have to give minus. Minus means it will go to the previous time. 5 minutes means 60 into 5, 300 seconds. You have to go back means you have to give minus 300. Okay, statement means you can you can pass a query ID. Okay, you can pass a statement and then you can pass the query ID like this. And then yeah, this is the way you can do. These are the SQL extensions. Okay, good. Now what I'm going to do is yeah, already I've discussed these things yesterday. For transient table, what's the fail safe 0 days, and then for enterprise editions, the time trial which is maximum 90 days. What we can do is you can set the retention period. Okay, if you are using some higher editions like enterprise editions or business critical editions, then you can able to set your time travel feature for a particular table. Okay, and then you can able to define in database level, schema level, okay, on account level as well. If you have defined in account level, what happens, right? In the account level, we have database, schemas, tables. For every database object, whatever you have set at an account level, everything will be how to say, like in the sense, if you have configured account level, everything will take care that retention period. Whatever is set in the account level, right? The same retention period will be added for all database objects. Now, you might have a question. If I define retention period in schema level, what happens? The entire table under schema will use the same retention period. Will use the same retention period. Okay. Now we're going to see about the standard edition. For standard edition, what we can say is the retention period can be set to 0. 0 means there is no time trial feature. The default value is 1. Default value is 1. You can set in account level as well as you can set in object level. Account level means like we have different accounts, right? And then object level means database, schemas, and tables. Enterprise edition also for transient tables, retention period can be set to 0 or unset back to default by 1. Default is 1 days. This is same for temporary tables also. Default is 1 days. Okay, for permanent databases, schemas, and tables, the retention period can be set to 0 to 90 days. If you set 0, what will happen, right? You can't able to use the time trial feature. The default value is 1. You can able to choose as per the requirements. You can set the days. Okay. Now, already said to you, if you set 0, time travel feature will be deactivated. Okay. If you want to make it enabled, default value will be 1. Good. And then I discussed few things to you guys yesterday, like when the retention period ends, right? The historical data, whatever we have in the table, everything has moved into the failsafe. And then when it's moved to the failsafe, you can't able to query those data. You can't able to query the historical data. And then past objects, like objects in the sense like tables or can be views, you can't able to clone it. It can database also, you can't able to clone it. If it moves from time travel to fail safe, you can't able to query historical data, you can't able to clone. Okay, as well as the past objects that were dropped can no longer be restored because it went to
Fail safe.
fail safe. Once it went to fail safe, you can't do anything. Okay, now I'm going to talk about few arguments. If you want to create some table, right? you can set this parameter, data retention time in days. For enterprise edition as well as business critical edition, you can set 0 to
Scientist.
for 90 days. Sendamal 0 to 90 days we can set. Okay. As well as if you are using account admin role, right? Yeah, you can set some default retention period. Two conditions are there. One should be account admin role. Another should be a enterprise edition or business critical edition. Then only you can able to choose your time travel days. Okay. Now, yeah, and then they're talking about like you can able to set this parameter in the database schemas and individual tables, uh, and then you can able to change the data retention period. Yesterday I kept 60 days retention period. Tomorrow if I want to change for 30 days, I can change it using alter statement. I can able to change it. Got it? I can able to change the data retention time by using the alter statement. The fourth one they're saying is they have one more parameter. Okay, it's a minimum data retention time in days. Okay, you can set some minimum days. Okay, for the minimum days you can able to do the time travel. Okay, once it's exceeded, right, automatically will move to the fail safe. You can't able to query, you can't able to clone, nothing you can't do. Whatever the data is, everything will be lost. Only a Snowflake user can able to retrieve
Retrieve.
those objects. Okay, it can be a database, it can be a schema, it can be tables, anything. Snowflake can user can only able to, Snowflake not user, Snowflake admin can able to work on that part. Now you have to keep in mind, I'm going to show in the demo how to set this data retention time in days as well as a minimum data retention time in days. This is the most important feature, sorry, parameter. They will majorly they ask in the interviews. Okay, good. And then you write some queries and then you can find the max of data retention time in days and minimum data retention time in days. You can able to see the what's the max value you have set for the data retention days, what's the minimum value set. By using this parameter you can able to find it. For this you can't, if you want to see the max value, right, you can put max function. For though it's going to give the minimum value for us, no need to use any minimum function here. Okay, good. Now yeah, see, they are saying, right, how to enable and deactivate time travel feature. All we are discussing this, guys. If it is 0, automatically it will be deactivated. And another one is if it exceeds the time interval days, right, automatically will move to the fail safe. For the particular table, the time travel feature will be disabled. Okay, deactivated. I can say that's what they're saying here is. And then we want to discuss about the cost as well. Okay, this is not the right time to discuss the storage cost. We're going to have separate class for this. Okay, for storage cost, for time travel fail safe, how much will be? Okay, good. Now just yeah, you some guys will ask, have a question. If I set data retention time in days equal to 0, what will happen?
Fail safe.
if
Sir.
if I set data retention
Time
time in
travel is
days to
disabled.
0, what will happen?
Sir, time travel feature is disabled.
Will be deactivated. This is the
Yes.
way you can able to deactivate. Okay, good. That's what I'm asking you guys. Okay, now everything is good. They're saying the same thing again. Okay, like because if time travel is set to 0, any modified or data move to the fail safe. Okay, or data transit tables by background process. This is short time to complete. Okay, good. Now yeah, same thing again, guys. Specify the data retention period for an object. Okay, like these are two important parameters you have to keep in mind. Anand, you have to memorize this parameter. Okay, data time in days, minimum data retention time in days. Okay, you have to keep in mind.
Okay, sir.
Now, okay, now they're saying that changing the retention period for an object. Okay, how to increase the retention, how to decrease the retention. Okay, now they go given some examples with us. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the data retention period for the table. How it's going to impact if I increase the retention, whether it's going to impact or decrease the retention, it is going to impact. We're going to see all these things one by one. Now, what I'm doing is just I'm increasing the retention period. Okay. Now, if we increase the retention period, what will happen, right? You can able to retain the data for a longer time. For example, I'm setting 70 days. 70 days, I'll be very safe. Okay. Like if any issues happen, right, I can able to recover it back. That's what the saying is uh, for retain to be for a longer time period. For example, they give an example to us. For a table, I am setting 10 days retention period. On an Sendamal, I am on table. For a table, I'm setting 10 days retention period and try to increase the period from 10 days to 20 days. Hello, guys, I'm saying to you, I'm creating one table with 10 days retention period. After 1 day, right, what I'm doing is I'm increasing the same for same table 20 days. Now, what will happen, right? The data that has been removed after 10 days is now retained for additional 10 days before moving to fail safe. It might be confusing for you. I will take a notepad and explain to you guys. Okay, just what I will do, right? Though I have one table, employee table or customer table or order table. Okay, it can be any table. Now, what I'm doing is I have to use one parameter. What's the parameter? What's the parameter I have to use?
Data retention time in days.
Period, time in days. Okay. Apart from Satish, no one is answering, guys. I'm just looking at everything. Data retention time in days. Now, after that, I'm trying to change for same table 10 to how many days?
20 days.
20 days. Now, you might have question. What question you have in the sense? For example, in the order table, in the 10 days, some records got deleted mistakenly or intentionally. Some records got deleted or something. After 10th day, whether it will move to the failsafe or not. No, because for the same table I did for 20 days. Okay, 20 days. In the 20 days, right, I can able to recover the data, whatever records I deleted, updated, anything I can able to recover. Okay, you might have question. That's what I mentioned here is, if you look at here, they mention clearly data that would have been removed after 10 days is now retained for additional 10 days. If you have removed, okay, that will be removed after 10 days. Now can you retain? Because it won't do the fail safe. After 23, it will go to the fail safe. Okay, that's what the saying is. See, if you are keep on increasing retention period, what will happen, right? You can be retained for a longer time. Okay, if any data loss happens, right, you can able to recover it. Now, same thing. Okay, now they are making a note here. For the same table, if you are not increasing the retention period, what happens? The data is older than 10 days, that has already moved to the fail safe. Okay, now next one is decreasing retention period. If you reduce the amount of time data is retained in time travel, what are the drawbacks we have? We're going to see one by one. Now, if you are decreasing the retention time, what will happen in the sense? We have to use one statement. What statement do we have to use?
Minimum
What statement?
retention time.
Alter table. No, that's not. Alter table you can use, and then you can reduce the days. Okay, instead of 20 days, you can make it 10 days also. Now what happens, right? If you keep on reducing the decreasing retention period, now you will get the new shorter period. Shorter period in the sense only like less number of days you can able to do the retention. Okay, otherwise what will happen? Every data will move into the fail safe. There will be a more data loss will be there. Okay, though if the data is still with the new shorter period, it still remains a time travel. If the data is outside the new time period, it move to the
Fail safe state.
fail safe. Anand and Sujita Priya Swanso, I'm checking this all these things. Okay, if you have decreased the retention period, automatically it
Fail
move
safe,
to
sir.
Fail
fail
safe.
safe. Fail safe. They get one more example to us. Okay, just give an example. They have one table. They have 10 days retention period, and you decrease the period to 1 day. First time setting 10 days. What happens, right? Suddenly I decrease into 1 day. Now, day from 2 to 10 will be moved to move to
Fail
move to
safe.
fail safe. Why it's going to
Fail
fail
safe.
safe? Why it's going to fail safe, guys?
The retention will reduce. That's why it's moved to
It's
fail safe.
reduced 1 day. That's why after 1 day, what will happen? Move into the fail safe. Okay, because if you are reduce the data retention period, right, there will more data loss will be there. Okay, like if you are making more retention period, right, like whenever the any mistakenly or intentionally the records got updated, edited, you can able to recover it back. Okay, now you maybe have a question how it's moving. Okay, from time travel to phase how it's moving. It's perform a background process. It won't be visible for you guys. I'm saying to you, it won't be visible automatically. It's another background process. Snowflake has implemented logic. Once the period has completed, relationship is completed, automatically move to fail safe. It's background process. Okay, and then Snowflake is guarantees that the data will move. Okay, and then when the it's one of the background process, guys. Okay, you can't able to see anything. Everything taken care by the Snowflake itself. Now, the most important note we're going to see, this is one of the important entry question, guys. They will ask, if I change the data retention period for a database schema, the changes I'm making, right, only affects the active objects contained with the database schema. Now, you might have some doubts. Okay, what I'm trying to say. Okay, now I have one database. I have some schema. Just think in a way. I'm changing the data retention period. Okay, making it 30 days. That change will affect only the active objects. Now I will make it clear, guys. Now I have one database. I have one database. Database 30 tables are there. 30 tables are there. I deleted 5 tables. I deleted 5 tables. Now in my database, how many tables will be there?
25 tables.
I'm asking honest and Sujita Priya's answer. 30 tables, 5 tables got
25
deleted,
tables.
20 tables will be there. Now I'm applying the data reduction. Applying the data reduction. Okay, like 30 days. Now my question is, can I be able to recover these 5 tables? That's my question to you guys. In database I have 30 tables. For database I don't have any data retention. After deleting the 5 tables, I have 25 tables. After that, applying the retention code 30 days. Can I able to recover 5 tables?
No, sir.
Guys, you have to answer. You have to answer.
No, sir.
No, because I mentioned clearly like, okay, the changes only affects the active objects contained with the database schema. Now only I am setting the data period. Okay, whichever object is active to this database, objects means tables or views active to the database. only it will apply for this 25 tables. If this 25 tables got dropped or deleted or updated, then I can able to recover it back. But I can't able to recover this 5 tables because after only applying the which one data retention.
Data.
That's what they make a note. See, these notes are very powerful, guys. When you're going for interview, right? If you have to learn all those stuffs, then very easy to answer. Okay, just don't Google or don't do some ChatGPT as well. Okay, it gives some incorrect results for you. Just to follow the official documentation. Now they're given some examples. Okay, I already said to you, whenever you setting the data retention period, you can able to apply only to active objects. If anything deleted, you can able to recover it back. Okay, now they give an example to us. I have one schema. Schema name is S1. I am setting the 90 days retention period. I'll make a split here. You guys have to understand. I have schema S1. How many days retention period? 90 day. Then what might be addition? What might be the addition for this?
Sir, business critical.
Or enterprise editions. Okay, it can
Enterprise.
be in editions. Make it mute, guys. And then now they are giving one more condition. Table T1 is in the schema. Just I'll copy this one. Table T1 is in the schema. Okay, now table T1 inherits 90 days retention period. This is a kind of rule. Okay. Now under schema we can have the tables, right? Do you agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Under schema we have tables. For schema 11 setting 90 days. Now T1 is in schema S1. Okay, under schema S1 we have table T1. Now table T1 also it's having how many days?
90 days.
90 days. Now just come here. Now I'm another condition. If you drop table S1.T1, what is S1? Sridhar, what is S1? Schema. I'm going to
Schema.
drop the drop the table one, not going to drop the schema. Going to drop the table. Okay. Now next rule. T1 is retained in time travel for 90 days. What they're saying is, this is the rule they're saying to us. If you have defined the 90 days for schema as one, the below objects under schema, it also have 90 days. If I drop the table T1, T1 is also T1 I can able to retain for 90 days. That's the thing they are given as example. Whether you understood the example or not, Anand, whether you understand this example or not.
Sir, please tell me one more time, sir.
We have schema S1. Make it mute. We have schema S1. I am setting 90 days retention period. Okay. Under schema only we have table T1. Right? Under schema S1 only we have
Yes,
various
sir.
tables. And then if you have defined schema S1 is 90 days retention period, your child object means table also will inherit the 90 days retention period. Now next step, I'm dropping the table T1. Can I able to recover the table? Can I able to recover the table? If I drop the table T1, can I able to recover it back?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. We
How
can.
many days we can able to recover?
90 days.
90 days.
90 days. That's what I'm saying. The schema is somewhat like parent. Tables are called as childs. Okay, whatever the rules applicable for parent, the entire thing applicable for child as well. Now I'll give one more example. Database. I'm setting for 45 days. 45 days. Now what will happen? Just give some wrong answer also. No, it's nothing to worry about it because I didn't say this concept to you guys. Schema said 90 days. Database I said 45 days. What will happen?
Sir,
It might.
no, no other schemas
I have only one
Complete.
schema called I have only one schema called S1. Okay,
Okay.
for database set 40 days. Now what happened, right? Even though 45 days got completed, what happens? This schema will hold for 90 days. It won't be applicable. Okay, if parent is having 45 days, right? Child is having 90 days. This rule won't be applicable. That's why they give the some kind of they will give the higher priority to the parents. 90 days. Okay, what happens, right? Though you can ask like again 40 days here, what will happen? Will it go to the failsafe or not? No, not like that. Okay, though you have mentioned 90 days, this rule won't be applicable. Okay, we're going to see it later. Just want to ask this question to you guys. Now I say this example, right? It's very clear for you. Yeah, just they have one more example as well. We'll discuss one by one. Yeah, wait. Time table T1 is a retained time interval for 90 days. Now, later, if I'm change the schema data to 1 day, okay, now it's another rule. Guys, don't get confused. I'm adding another rule. What's another rule? I'm going to set the schema. Schema is this one, right? To 1 day. They're saying to us, if the schema data retention period is 1 day, the retention period for the drop table T1 is unchanged. But table T1 will still be remained in the time for 90 days. You got it? Later, if you change the schema data retention for 1 day, the retention period for the drop table T1 is unchanged. Guys, that's why I'm not confusing, guys. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm changing the schema S1 to 1 day, but table T1 still will have how many days?
90 days.
90 days.
90 days. Now you have to answer now for my question. If database is setting 45 days, now schema S1 will hold how many days? How many days?
90 days.
90.
And 90 days. Okay, and then table T1 also will have 90 days. Even though if it exceeded, but still schema S1 have the 90 days. That's what the same thing they're saying, trying to say here. First they're saying is S1 is 90 days, schema S1 90 days, and table T1 also inheritance 90 same 90 days. And then if you drop the table T1, right, T1 is retained for time term for 90 days. 90 days you can able to recover it back. Again I'm changing the schema data retention period to 1 day. What happens? That T1 is unchanged because previously it was 90 days, right? T1 also 190 days. It won't change back again. Though you change only schema, right? The table T1 will be retained time for 90 days. This is the important concept, guys. Into the last, they will ask this kind of scenarios to you. Okay, if database is 45 days, schema is having 90 days, you have to say, though its database is 45 days, but schema S1 will remain 90 days retention period. I can able to recover anything drop or something happens to my schema, I can recover back. Okay, that's what I said. If you are keeping some lower level, lower retention period, right? And then child is having the higher retention period, this this rule won't be applicable. Okay, but it's this, even though it's completed 45 days, still it has to wait for 90 days because schema as soon as holding the 90 days, right? What happens? Finally, it will be moved to the failsafe. Good. Now we're going to see some examples, guys, because I took so many theory things. Still, so much of theory, bunch of theories we have. We're going to see one by one. Just we'll go to the Snow site. I will create a SQL worksheet. Now I'm going to discuss few things. How to see the data retention. Just choose a database, AWS DB, and then schema. If you want to see all the tables, what is the command? If I want to see
Show
all the
table.
tables,
Show
guys,
table.
Show tables.
show tables, that's it. Show table, you can use a like operator as well. Okay, if you want to match corresponding tables, you can use like operator, and then you can able to match the corresponding tables. Okay, we have various tables. We have books, right, backup, counterparty, customers, daily sales, data table, inventory, lookup table members. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one concept. Okay, uh, okay, I'll make like this. How to find the time travel, okay, data retention period of Snowflake objects. Snowflake objects. Good. Now, you guys may have a question: how to find the time travel data retention period for any objects, carry database or schema I want to find? Okay, guys, you have to have one command. The command is very simple. Show parameters. That's it. What the command? Show parameters. You have to give show up parameters in. I want to see in terms of table. Okay, give in table. If you want to see database, what I have to give in. If you want
in
to see
database.
database, in database. If you want to see in schema, what do you have to choose?
In schema.
In schema. Okay, now first in the higher priority database. Give in database and database name. What's my database name?
AWS underscore DB.
AWS underscore DB. That's it. Now run this command. I hope it should work. Yeah, it's working. Now you can see all kind of informations. Okay, what is the data retention time in days? Though, what's the default value? What's the default value?
One, sir.
1 day. Number of days to retain the older version of data or updated data. If you delete it or update it, you can able to recover it back. And then you can see all kind of parameters. Okay, like what is the maximum data extension time in days?
15, sir.
14 days. Okay, because I already shared this string to you, right? Maximum data extension time days. Okay, like you can extend for 14 days. Maximum number of days to extend the data retention period to period. I don't know what edition she is using. Okay, but for business edition, maximum 90 days you can use it. Okay, and then you can see all kind of parameters. Okay, like task level as well as if task is suspended. I already discussed, right? If the task is suspended, if any failure happen for continuous 10 times, what will happen? I'm running on
Task will be
task.
going.
I'm running on task. It's consecutively failing for 10 times. Automatically will get
Suspended, sir.
Suspend.
suspended. Okay, all kind of parameters, default parameters you can see in this show parameters table. You have to provide this one. As well as if you want to see in the schema level, you can put in schema and then you can mention schema name. AWS underscore schema. Now you can see same thing you can able to see. Okay, now you can able to see what is the data retention because I didn't set my data retention in schema level. That's why the default value is 1. Okay, and then if the pipe execution is passed, right, you can see it will be a true. As of now it pass. As of now it's false. Okay, good. Now all kind of parameters you can see in this thing show parameters. It's very powerful. And if I want to see the table level, what I can do? Table,
Table.
just take books underscore bkpi. I have seen on table there in show tables. If you want to see the tables, right, you can use show tables. Now you can able to see books right bkp, right? Just we'll copy this table. It's a backup table. Now you can able to see again 1 days. Okay, just we'll check for books as well. Because I didn't set anything, the default value is going to be 1 for you. Got it? Now, this is the way you can able to see the retention time in days. Got it? Now, I already discussed two parameters. What is the first parameter we have seen so far? I discussed two parameters, guys. What is the parameter?
Sir, uh, data
Sir, data
retention period in time.
Data retention
time in
Time
days.
in days.
time in
Me,
days.
maximum data retention time in days.
Time in days. This is a important parameter. Okay. Now, if you specify the parameter, what will happen, right? The number of days to retain the old version of the deleted or updated data. Now, just we'll have a look. I already discussed with you. Defaultly, time travel feature for enable for only 1 day. If you want to upgrade to some Snowflake Enterprise Edition or higher or some business critical edition, okay, the longer data retention period will be 90 days. Okay, for databases schema or can be a tables. Now I'm going to get one table. I will take one table from my notepad, guys. Just I will take a notepad. In that various detailed statements will be available. So you get so much time. It's not given, it's not showing. Yeah, now it's open, guys. Okay, good. I will take some details. I have a number of details in my. Yeah, I'll take this DDL as of now. Just will check any insert statements is there. Yeah, it's some insert statements are there. Just will have this DDL. Just you can make create or replace table. Create or replace table. It's a counterparty table. Okay. Now we have to set this parameter data retention time in days. Data retention time in days. It's very simple, guys. Just copy this one and keep it here. After the bracket, right, you can set data retention time in days equal to equal to
90. 90.
90 days. You have to give in terms of days. Now I'm creating the data retention 90 days. If you want to see what I do,
So parameters.
show parameters in tables. We have to see. Now just go and check. What's the value now? Default is 1 day. What's the value you have set?
90.
90 days. What's the type will be?
Numbers.
Anand as well as Surya Priya. What's the
Number.
type? Number type.
Number.
Oh, good. Can I make it 190 here?
No, sir.
Though I see business critical, can I make it 190 days?
No,
Let's
sir.
give it a try. It won't accept. What's it said to us?
Exceeds maximum allocate retention time periods 90
It's
days.
allocated or allowable? It's you said it allocated, right?
Sorry,
Exceeds
allowable, sir. Allowable.
allowable retention is 90 days. Though I give you 190 days here, whether it allow or not.
No, sir.
No, it won't allow. Okay, you can set some days as well. Now I'm setting 80 days. Now I'm setting 80 days. See guys, if you are keeping the data retention right, cost also involved. Okay, don't think like that. Just you have to give some value here. If you are keeping this much of data retention right, the cost should be more. That's why Snowflake is very, very powerful. Okay, if you are giving so much days right, it will be very costly for you. If it is any critical data or any kind of historical data, that is very uh, how to say, so how to say, it's very connect PA informations, then you can go for 90 days. Okay, good. Now if I want to modify my data retention, what is the statement I would use? Though it's 80 days, I want to make it 50.
Alter,
You have to make it
alter.
alter table, and then table name is counterparty.
Yes.
Guys, do you know what is counterparty? Counterparty, and then you can use what command? Set
Data retention time.
equal to how many days? We can make it 50 days. This is the way you can able to alter it. Now what happens, guys? It's giving 50 days for us. Now you can see 50 days. Sujita Priya, you have to answer. If I make it 0, what will happen? What will happen? If I make it 0, what will happen?
தெரியல.
Anand? Anand? Don't interact in Tamil, guys. I'm saying to you, keep on saying to you guys, people is answering Tamil. Try to come in English. Anand, if I make it 0 day, what will happen? Or anyone?
For time travel will be deactivated.
Yeah, disabled. Okay, it'll be deactivated. We can say automatically move to the failsafe instantly. Okay, now in order to make it enable, just what you have to do, just give some days. Default is 1. As per the requirement, you can change the days. Now everything successful. You can see here as well. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert few records here for the counterparty table. See, this is the way what they want to insert. For testing purpose, I'm using insert statement. Everything they will do in Talent Tool, Informatica Power Center, Informatica IACS, or Talent, Ab initio, Pentaho, they'll use any of the ETL tool to load data. Okay. Now you can see, right, 3 records got inserted. Okay. 3 records got inserted. Good. Okay, now what we can do is, I already said a statement. Okay, you can use undrop statement. Okay, you want to recover the database tables or schemas, and then you can use some offset values, or you can use timestamps, or you can use some statements. You can able to bring back your old one, bring back your old data. Yeah. Now what I'm doing is I'm inserting few records, guys. I'm inserting few records. Just trying to update one record. Okay, update statement. Just give update counterparty, and then set What's the column name, guys? It's exposure column, right? Exposure column. Okay, good. Set exposure equal to, somewhat I'm making it as 8976. I'm giving some decimal values. Okay, good. I want is a predicate where just you have to use a filter where counterparty ID equal to 3, where counterparty ID equal to 3. Just update this one. Now we have the query ID, right? Where to take the query ID? Click on this one and then go to monitoring and then go to query history. Wait, yeah, now I updated this one. Okay, now just get the query ID. Just copy this query ID. Again, you can go to the projects, go here, go to the sheets. Now just go to the bottom, guys. Okay, now we have the query ID. Before updating, I want to get the records. Before updating, I want to get the records, whether I have to use at or before. SQL extensions at or before I have to use.
Before.
Okay, now just put select star from. Before putting this thing, right, I want to show the counterpart table. Previously it was 70,000, guys. Now I'm changing to how many?
89.
89,767 dot 999. Okay, now you can see the counterpart table, but I want to get this 75,000, not 70,000. Yeah, 7,50,000. Okay, 7,50,000 I have to get. Now Siddharth will answer for me how to get these values.
We can use the query ID before.
What we can use? We can use at or before. Can you give the correct syntax for me? Can you give the correct syntax?
Before,
What before? Give the correct syntax, I said to you. Yeah, just that's it. Okay, before I'm going to use some type of offset. I'm going to use. Okay, I'm going to use some offset. What I can do is offset I can use. Yeah, I have a query ID, right? Okay, I'll give a statement. No need to go for offset. Offset means only I have to give in terms of minutes. Directly go for statement. I have to pass
query ID, sir.
query
Query
ID. I have
ID.
to pass copy and paste. If you're using offset value, I can pass only minutes. You can pass. Sorry, seconds you can pass, not minutes, seconds. Now you can see the difference before and at. Okay, good. Let's see, guys, what the result will going to come. What came? Sindamal.
Yes, sir. Ready, sir.
But I'm putting the same statement here. Sujita has to understand. If you use before, right? Before updating, I get 70,000. Now see the difference. Select star from counterparty. Now what the result will get? Sujita has to say we'll get 70,000 or this value. Sujita has to say.
89767 and the values.
Yeah. Sujita Priya, try to come in English.
Okay, sir.
He'll get 89,760.00. This is the use of SQL extensions. You can use at or before. You see, guys, you can use a statement as well. You can use offset. If you know, if you have a timestamp, you can use it. It's up to you. Now, just I'm going to say a few more things. It's not a command one, guys. I thought it's a Python. Okay, this is a command one. I'm going to say how to clone using SQL extensions. Till now, you have not seen, right? Cloning part. See, using time travel feature, you can able to clone it. We're going to see now, one by one. Okay. I'm just thinking of just how to. Okay, let it be. I'll make it as cloning historical objects. Historical objects. Guys, can you help me? Like, I want to clone a table first. Want to clone a table. Help me, guys. I want to clone this table. Counterparty table is there, right? I want to clone it. How to clone? Sendamal, Sujita
Yes, sir.
Priya, Anand. How to clone it?
Create table.
Create table. That's it. Create table. Give some statement. Okay, just give some no clone back. Sorry, not clone. Counterparty backup. Counterparty backup. Okay, and then use one keyword called clone. Which table I want to clone it? Which table I want to clone? Anand.
Counterparty.
Counterpart.
Counterparty and clone. That clone name will be like counterparty underscore BKP. Okay, good. And then I going to set at. Okay, it's one of the SQL extension. Now I'm going to use what I'm going to use offset. Offset you can give only seconds.
Seconds.
Now just make it 60 into 10. How many seconds?
600.
600
Minus
seconds. I'm going back and then I'm cloning. Okay, 600 seconds going back, and then if anything I updated or deleted or something, I can able to clone it. Okay, just I'm going to create a table. Just run it. Now table counterparty backup has been successfully created. If you go to our database, DB and schema, you can able to see tables counterparty BKB. Able to see the counterparty BKB backup.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can able to see here. Okay, like this, you can use a time travel feature to take the backups. Sorry, to do the cloning, not backups, to do the cloning. Now, Sendon help me how to restore the same table, counterpart table with with how to say that identifier, right? Yeah, I think it's identifier or not. Yeah, Sendamal, you have to clone this counter table by using the identifier statement. Okay, help me. Just copy as it is. Where you have to change by using a statement, you have to do it right. Counterparty BKP underscore one. Counterparty instead of offset, what you have to give?
Statement, sir.
Statement.
So now the identifier. Okay, and then we have to provide
Query ID.
query ID. Already we have query ID, right? Just we copied some query ID here. Just give the same query ID. See, if I want to get before updated records, what I have to use? SQL extension. If I want to get the update record before updating, what SQL extension I have to use? Before. Instead of what, we can use before. That's it. Now you can able to create a clone table by using the time travel SQL extensions. Now everything done, you can able to refresh. You can see, right? Got created. Now Sujita will help me how to create a clone for database.
Create database.
Yeah. Database. Yeah, go ahead.
Database name.
Database name, any name you can give. I'm going to give for understanding AWS DB underscore BKP backup. Next. Next. I want to clone it. See, time
Counterparty.
travel. I'm asking the statement here. See, create database and database name is given. Okay. And then what is statement? Next statement for cloning.
Clone, sir.
Clone. And then
Before.
Actual database name.
actual database name, right? Actual
Sir, no, sir.
database. What is actual? This is what you said right to me, right? How I know actual database name? Database name?
AWS DB.
AWS underscore DB. And then what SQL extension we have to use? I need all the things after 10 minutes. Sorry, before 10 minutes. What are the things updated in the database objects, tables or any objects? I need updated one. What I have to do?
Offset, sir.
Yeah, we can go for offset. Okay, you can use offset. You can use statement. You can use timestamp as well. What I can give 16 to 15. 16 to 15. 16 to 15. 900 guys. See, simple calculation. 900 seconds. I'm going back and then they're doing this database clone. Okay. Now it will take some time, guys. Okay, because it's cloning the entire database itself. It might take time. The additional cost will be incurred for you. Now you can able to see that database backup has been created. If you refresh, right, minimize and go and refresh. Able to see backup, database backup. You can able to see
Yes, sir.
AWS DB backup. Whatever it will give you everything for you. Okay, whatever you see in the schema, right? You can see all those stuffs. Good. Now, guys, can you clone a schema? Now take this schema. Okay, AWS. Yeah, just I'll close this one. Just close. Take this clone of the schema. Anand, just help me. I want to create a clone of the schema using time travel feature.
Create schema.
Create or replace schema.
Clone.
Clone. Clone. Clone.
Clone. Attribute.
Attribute. Clone attribute. Satish,
Attribute.
Sir,
is it correct?
no, sir.
What should be placed?
So schema name.
Schema name attribute. We can have a schema called already we have schema, right? We can use schema underscore BKP. It's a new name. And then
Sir, AWS underscore schema
and then
at
at and then
so, statement or offset.
what about timestamp? You can use timestamp
Time
as well. Don't forget the thing, okay? Don't forget the things. Otherwise, we'll give a try with timestamp. Yesterday, I thought to discuss. Tomorrow, we'll discuss the timestamp. Okay. Just put current timestamp. You'll get the format. Okay. From the format, we can able to change it. Yeah, just copy this one instead of timestamp and provide this value. Just today is 28, right? Today is 28. Now I will make it as, yeah, now I'll make it as 26. Let's see what happens. You can use timestamp as well, not only offset, not only statements. The time for schema, the request time is either beyond the allowed time. Okay, before the object creation time. Okay. See, time transfer is not available for a schema. The request time is either beyond the allowed time trial period or before the object creation time. Okay, I think the default is 1 day, right? Default is 1 day. Okay, we'll make it as 27. Sorry, I think this also won't work, guys. What's the default retention period? What is the default
100.
retention period? 1
One day.
day. Okay, just we'll give a try on 28. See, today is 29. Okay, the Snowflake also time is going 28. Guys, make it mute. I'm saying to you. For the schema, the customer is either beyond. Okay, I'm giving 28. Nothing working for us. Okay, now we will focus this part later, guys. Okay, just as of now, we'll use the statement itself. Tomorrow class, we're going to see the time travel. Same thing. We are going with different use cases tomorrow. The time travel. At the time, we'll focus only on the timestamp part. As of now, we'll use the what happens. The time travel which is not available for a schema requested object. Okay, 1 second, guys. Just I will check about this schema. I'll do one thing because it's only default 1 day, right? Just I'll create one schema. We'll give a try on this. Create schema if not exist. Create schema if not exist. AWS under schema underscore 01. and then just to create a new schema. Yeah, schema got created. Now it's got changed as well here. Now use the schema. Okay, just give it a try. It is schema underscore 01. Okay, I going to give some offset value minus 60 into 5. Okay, nearly like 5 minutes. The time in alpha schema requested is based beyond the allowed time travel or before the application time. You know why it's not working for us? Time travel is not for the schema. The request time is either beyond the allowed time travel period or before the application time. Okay, just a few minutes back I got created the schema. Okay, got it. See, guys, I'm making blunder mistake. A few minutes back, I created this schema. What I'm doing is I'm going 5 minutes back. I'm going 5 minutes back and trying to take a clone. Okay, that's why it's saying like that. The requested time is either beyond the allowed time travel period or before the obligation time. Before the obligation time, I'm trying to do the clone. That's why it's throwing error for me. Okay, just will make it 16 to 1. Yeah, now it's working. See, Satish, got it? I
Yes.
created a schema a few minutes back. I'm going for nearly 5 minutes back and trying to clone. Now it's not cloning. Okay. After that, I made 1 minute back, 1 minute back, and then trying to clone. Now I can able to create a clone of schema. Just refresh it. You can able to see not here because AW schema BKB only creating this clone. Okay, just you should not see here. You should go here and then you can see AW schema BKP. Yeah, you can see, right?
Yes, sir.
It's came like this. You can use a time travel feature to clone the data. Okay, it's one of the important topic, guys. Most of the interviews they'll ask time travel, fail safe, and then or about the cloning part as well. They'll ask some questions, basic questions they'll ask. I'm going to close session right now.